Hi, I'm Allison.
Hello, I'm Jafeth.
And this is the 18th episode of Existing. You can find our podcast on Spotify, iTunes, or YouTube. We post every Monday and every other Wednesday at 11 p.m.
Yes, and if you want to follow us on social media, feel free to do so at Existing Podcast on Instagram.
So what's been going on? It's Friday. We both finished work.
Oh my gosh. Fridays, it's so funny because people look forward to Fridays, but Fridays, I don't dread Fridays, but Fridays are just my busiest and most tiring days.
Really?
Oof,
How many classes do you have today?
Well, I only have one, thankfully. I only have one class on Friday, which is in the morning. And then after that, I have like an hour-long break, 2-hour-long break. And then I have work from 1 to 5. And then usually I study with one of our other friends for a class that doesn't ever meet. So we meet whenever we have that class to like stay on top of it. From between the time I end work and then the time to start recording for the podcast. And then I start recording for the podcast. So it's like a day full of stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait, we have the same schedule.
You wish. I'm just kidding. No, yeah, we basically do now that now that you're working. And then also the only difference is just like those extra 2 hours.
Yeah, he works a little longer than I do. I think my Monday and Wednesdays are the longest because we have our 2 classes together and then I work 1 to 5. Yeah, those are pretty long.
But yeah.
Did you watch the debate last night?
I did not. I watched like the coverage of the debate, but I didn't actually watch the debate. But I heard it was or from what I read, it was like a lot better or like calmer.
Yeah, I mean it was like more closer to a standard debate than that first one. I feel like it was the second half of it because the first half I was in a meeting, but it was still very interesting. I mean, I saw the part where Trump was like, I'm the least racist person.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Or like the least racist person here or something. And I was like, that's only what racist people say.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like if you have to clarify that you're the least racist person here, then that means you're probably not.
Yeah. That's also just like that's not something you usually say. Like it's something you demonstrate with your actions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you shouldn't have to state that. The fact that he's stating that is weird.
Yeah. But kind of like along the string, I saw also a lot of tweets from other people like after the debate. And there was this tweet that I saw and it was like, oh, a vote for Trump is a vote against like women and people of color and the LGBT community. And like, it's so funny whenever I see those tweets because it's like, that's true. And it's like, but the voter, like, who are you telling this to? Because people that are against Trump know that. Or people who don't like Trump know that. People who are voting for Trump also know that. And like, that's usually probably why
you're right.
They're voting for him. So it's funny whenever I see those tweets and I'm like, who are you exactly like saying this to? Or who do you expect to like hit with this?
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah, I mean like everyone knows that. That's why they're voting for Trump. That's why we're not voting for Trump already.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's like I don't want to discourage people from saying that kind of stuff because I mean it's Twitter. You can say whatever you want. But at the same time, it's just like... It's just like...
It's not as
I see those and I'm like, okay. Yeah.
As they think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. But the debate was excited. Interesting.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm excited for election season to be over, though. Just because I'm kind of tired of seeing all of the ballot initiative commercials. Like, okay, Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, I get it. You want me to let you do whatever you want to your workers. I get that. You're on my TV, my YouTube, my phone. Like, please. Like, I get it. I really get it. I get it. But I also voted no because they're a bunch of,
corporations.
Because it's funny because I get people are saying like, oh, flexibility in your work schedule, blah, blah, blah. But the reason why that ballot initiative is even on there is because they got rejected in court when they tried to withhold like labor rights from their drivers. So, this is their way of trying to get out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just shady.
I don't know. The whole, that whole prop, it's 22, right? Prop 22.
Yep. It's been ingrained in my head. If it's not 22, then they didn't play enough commercials.
No, yeah, that whole Prop 22 thing and the whole, like, labor thing, it's just so funny because it's like they're doing a legitimate job. Like, that's a job, like, driving and stuff. And I feel like people downplay it a lot and they're like, oh, it's not a real job. And it's like, well, if it wasn't a real job, then, like, people wouldn't pay for the service, And I'm not saying that, like, every job or every service that is paid for should be considered like a job and a good job, because there are services that are paid for that shouldn't exist, but they're driving around for you. It's like it's literally a delivery service, so I don't know.
Pretty much. Anyways, I'm sick of them. They're super annoying.
Dude, the amount of texts that I've gotten within the past week of, like, people being like,
same.
please vote, like, my name is blank. And, like, it's so funny because, like, we do that.
We know. Yeah, we do that. And it's funny because usually I don't think that when I get those texts, I didn't know that someone's actually sending it. I thought it's just a bot.
Wait,
but then after working, I was like, oh my God, wait, people are sending these because I'm sending these and people are cursing me out for sending a copy paste message.
No, yeah, that's so funny. Like, it's really funny. And what's even funnier is just the fact that we're interns doing it but the people that are receiving the messages don't know that. Like, they think we work for the party or something. So then they just,
think we're like adults.
Like, they just tell us off. So it's just funny reading the reactions or reading the text they send when they're angry. And
a lot of people are just like, F off, lady, F, like, stop effing texting me. And I'm like, listen, like, do you think I'm like trying to personally, bother you? No, I'm not.
Yeah. I don't know. It's cool though. Like, it's interesting. It's just fun. I feel like everyone should kind of do something like this, like work within a political campaign. Is that too much info?
No, we work for a political campaign.
Yeah, I think everyone should have some experiences doing that sort of thing, because it's just like you appreciate, even though like you still kind of get frustrated or you get annoyed at all the messages.
We still get annoyed, even though we're like the causes of some of this.
Yeah, you still like learn or gain a bit of appreciation for the people doing it, because I'm like, dang, I'm
gonna be nicer to telemarketers from now on, because before I would just hang up, and now like when I get the calls, I know you were, but you've also done like phone banking before.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, like, because I'm usually the person, like, to just hang up. No, but usually the phone, like, the telemarketers I can tell it's an automated voice.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're not saying my name or anything. Yeah, I don't think I've gotten any where they say my name, so I'm just trying to make myself feel a little bit better.
Then have I had
But from now on, I'm going to be nicer.
With, like, bots?
Maybe.
Wait, but their responses have been very specific. It's never been like maybe that's just me thinking. I don't know. Maybe
Jafeth, you're funny.
Technology is so crazy.
The calls I get are be like, "This is the IRS. You need to send your bank
those are
account
different
info."
Though. Or those aren't the kind of calls I'm talking about.
Or I don't get calls like, "Hi, is this blah blah blah?" I don't get those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if I
but it's so funny
I'd be nicer to them.
Yeah, it's so funny because being like calling people, I'm like, oh, not that I want them to hang up, but when they hang up, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like I don't have to give the whole spiel to them, you know? They just cut it off early.
They're just like, I don't want
Um,
it.
yeah, but when I call them, I feel, or before I did any kind of like phone banking or calling or anything, before calling, I thought I was being really kind by having the entire conversation to them. And some people really like having conversations with other people, but for me, it's like if you were to tell me like, would you rather have this person hang up or have the whole conversation with them, knowing like the outcome? Because the majority of outcomes of those calls are like, no, thank you. Like even after talking to them, I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, just hang up. Like I wouldn't mind if that happened if they hung up.
Really?
But yeah, so now I'm like I wonder what the person who's calling me would rather have me do.
What if you ask them, like, they're like, hi, I'm looking for Jafeth. I'd like to speak to you about blah, blah, blah. And then you're just like, do you want me to hang up right now? They're like, I can hang up if you want me to.
Maybe because also when I worked at my school's like our office of annual giving, like to ask for donations from alum and people, some people would be like, oh, I know this is like you're reading off script and this is your job, so I'll keep you on the line for a little longer so you don't have to make as many calls, because some of them were like recent graduates, and like
Oh
they
my
had
God,
that
they're
job
so
too.
nice.
Yeah, and I was like, well, that's nice, but it's also awkward because our supervisors sit right behind us so they can hear the entire
So you're
conversation.
just like
So it's not like
silent.
we can act like like we have to go through the script or else it would just kind of be awkward.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that was fun, and I'm like, I should do that, but I also don't want to put them in like an awkward position.
That's so funny. That's really
But anyway,
funny.
almost done with that internship, so I'm very excited. I mean, I'm kind of sad because I really like the people. Like even though we haven't met each other in person, like
Yeah.
it's nice
They're really
seeing
friendly.
people talk. But
Now we have to look
yeah.
for new
Oh my
um,
gosh.
opportunities, and we've been looking. I'm gonna apply this weekend to all the ones we talked about.
Really, I am gonna try actually. But yeah,
Because they're due
because
soon.
yeah, they're due November 2nd or November 3rd.
Mm-hmm. Basically, I think it was like pretty much like election day for some reason, even though it wasn't like
Mm.
a political thing. Very
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
coincidental. Um,
Yeah, but it's exciting, you know, getting a job, I guess.
I guess I'm like scared because like you know how I'm taking time off. I talked to you about this earlier. I was like,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
because I'm graduating a semester early, it's like I kind of have 2 years off if I'm taking like a gap year or whatever.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm like kind of scared. Like it would be best if I could just do one position the whole time, but I'm afraid that it's not that common for like internships to take on the intern after anymore. Like
Yeah. Well, I
yeah,
think
it's just not that common.
if you like look for a fellowship, because fellowships are usually
Uh-huh.
like those are the ones like where they train you essentially to like
Oh,
do the job, and then hopefully
okay.
you get
Yeah, it's
asked
just
to
those aren't
join the
that
team.
common.
Yeah, that's true. But I did see it on where we were looking, because
Yeah,
I
I saw
looked on
that, but
the
it was
official
like
site.
different. It wasn't like the positions we were looking at for internships, I think.
Yeah. Well,
They
who
were
knows? I
different.
mean, maybe that internship will lead to a different position where you're like, maybe I like
Praying,
that better.
like, not religious, but I'm praying that I get one of those positions at that place and then it'll lead to like a job and then I can move to where that office is. And I want that so badly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I don't know if I feel like I've told you. I'm applying for this program for next year
Oh?
that like, oh, so I did not tell you. Oh,
Yeah, you did not.
it's because I always have these
How dare
conversations with
you?
Marina. But
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
applying to this program where it's like you get to teach English in Japan as like
Wait, I looked into that for Korea because I was like, I want an excuse to go back there, but then you need a teaching degree
oh, for this one you
for a
don't.
lot of them.
This one you just need a bachelor's.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold
so
on.
I
In
really
Tokyo?
wanted. No, it's like all over Japan. Like they pick where you get placed.
Oh.
Um, but yeah, so it's a full
You
time
in
position
Japan?
basically. But the thing is, I was telling my mom like, it's really cool, but like, it feels really like very altruistic, like teaching English, and that makes me feel so like, ugh. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's just like I don't want to. I just associate that kind of thing with like a white savior complex type of thing.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, very altruistic, but I don't know. It's like a paying job, and also I don't really know what I want to do right straight out of college. So if I did get like this opportunity, like it would be cool because I would have a job, and then I'd be able to be like, what do I want to do with my life?
Mm. Yeah, because you were talking about, oh, maybe you want to work for a campaign. You're considering journalism. You're considering marketing. How
There's
are
a lot that I
those?
was considering. Um,
Yeah.
uh, um, so campaign stuff. That's okay. So I'm not really sure about working on a campaign, and not that working as a campaign intern has like influenced me that much in my decision. Like I still really like it, but I feel like it's very um limiting, or like it's not
Yeah,
exactly what
also,
I want to do, you know?
yeah, because I know you've said it here before, you prefer more international scope on like politics
Yeah.
and stuff. So working on like a domestic campaign wouldn't be what you would like to do. That's the like vibe
Yeah.
I'm getting.
Yeah. Like it's really cool, and I've always wanted to know like what goes on inside a campaign and what goes to make a successful campaign.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just like I've always had a preference for international stuff, international relations and politics. Um, journalism's always been like a thing that I've been interested in. Nothing I've ever like taken classes in. Also, because our school doesn't really offer like journalism
Journalism
classes
as a
or
major.
yeah, so it's kind of difficult. And also, you don't really hear about journalism in general anymore. Like, it's not
Yeah,
that
I
big
feel
of
like
a
people
thing.
just fall into like working at a magazine or some sort of publication. It's not like
Yeah,
they're training to be a journalist at this point.
yeah. So it's like the lack of like classes, and also I just feel like being a journalist is hard. Like
A lot of
already, it was already
competition.
hard enough. Yeah, it was already hard enough, and now like not having a pretty specific or targeted like education towards it for it is like making it harder.
Well, I
Um,
mean, political science, that's pretty targeted. I feel like you're writing.
yeah,
I
that's
don't
true.
know.
But I feel like my writing isn't that good though. Like journalism, good. You know what I mean?
I
I
don't
feel
even
like
know what journalism style is.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like journalism. I don't think my skill set is that elevated. But yeah, and then
But you can always
marketing.
improve.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, and then marketing is like I don't know. That
I
was
was
an
so
idea.
surprised when you said that. I was so surprised. Out of all people, you in marketing. Crazy.
Or business. I'm just kidding. That was a
No
joke.
way. Oh, I was like, what? But yeah, so in terms of like your next internship, what type of work do you want to, you know, go into?
mm, I know this is like so I really like working with people, so but that's obviously going to be really hard with the way things are happening. So like any kind of um
You're like any paying job would be good.
well, honestly, yeah, but if I had a say in it, or the ones that I'm planning to apply to, obviously one very like politics based, more research based, and I know that I actually really don't like research, but For
You
some
also
reason,
don't
I
love
kind
writing,
of...
too.
That's true. That's true. No, but I don't know. I'm just kind of craving like researching stuff, you know? Have you ever had that feeling where you're like, I think I feel motivated to sort of do research?
No, but like once I do it,
Okay.
I'm like, oh, this is fun and interesting when I'm like reading about stuff. But I'm not
Oh, I'm
like,
like the opposite. I feel motivated, and then when I start doing it, I'm like, oh, okay,
wow, that's
interesting.
funny.
Just kidding, sort of.
Good luck with your capstone then.
But yeah, I don't know. Career thinking about your career is hard.
It is hard. Or actually, I mean, I'm not that worried because, I mean, I have like a vague plan, but it's coming faster than I
Because
expected.
the world always needs more lawyers.
Yeah. I mean, no. Realistically, no. I mean, a bunch of contracts are just like pre-written and like online now, but um I don't know. Music, the industry is expanding, streaming is changing stuff up. A lot of new developments are happening, so I feel like the job market there is pretty good and I like music stuff, so
So you're
just
telling
went
me
to
I should become
sleeping.
a singer?
Yeah, if you become a singer, I'll be your lawyer. Like
Oh my
right
gosh.
now, I'm keeping a note, like a mental note of all of the like creatives I know personally. Like, cause there's people that I know from my high school that make music and stuff, and I'm like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
if they ever, cause they seem serious, you know, they're like
Mm-hmm.
serious about
Mm-hmm.
music. So I'm like, hey, clientele,
Oh my gosh.
I'm like keeping a mental tab on
Wow.
like several people.
That's funny. I, on the other hand, have not even updated my LinkedIn. So, oops.
Well, I did.
I know. I don't
I
know. I just,
know.
LinkedIn is so, it makes me feel old.
Yeah, it feels like not a real social media
Yeah.
site. Or it's not. I don't see it as social media, but it looks like one.
I mean, by definition, it's sort of social media. It's like social
Yeah.
media.
But it's like
But,
the way the feed is structured is so weird because it's not even like chronological posts or anything.
because also it looks like Facebook, but like, not.
Yeah. Yeah. Facebook is already like kind of bland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to change my LinkedIn picture. I keep saying this, but I'm not
I
gonna
do
get ready
too.
just to take a LinkedIn picture right now.
I think I am.
We
Just
should take
kidding.
it for each other.
You're like a
Screenshot.
screenshot of our Zoom call right now, and that'll be our LinkedIn
Yeah,
picture.
yeah, yeah. Right now.
Perfect. Oh my gosh, sorry, this is super off topic, but next Thursday I saw that it was gonna rain for me. But it's only a 30% chance, so
Wait,
it's probably not gonna rain for me.
a few weeks ago, it was supposed to rain up here. Like it said it on the weekend, so like all throughout
Hmm.
the week, I kept checking it to see if it was going to actually
Hmm.
rain, and it would go from like 10% chance to 20 to 30, and then it disappeared on Thursday when it was supposed to rain on Saturday, and I got so sad.
I just really wanted to rain.
I wanted to get into the 60s really
Yeah,
bad. It's
I
too
want
hot
it to be
here.
cold.
Yeah, I love cold weather because the outfits you wear are like nicer. You know?
Yeah, I like cold weather because it's just cold, and I can drink tea.
That's so profound. That's so profound. Oh my
I
god.
know. I can bake cakes. I can turn
Wow.
my oven on too without feeling like it's a bajillion degrees.
That's crazy. Why does it get so hot in your apartment when you turn on the oven? Like, I've never heard of that happening.
Oh, it's just our kitchen, not the
Oh,
entire
just your
apartment.
kitchen. Oh, okay. I was like, the whole apartment heats up.
Oh no. No, but it just gets unbearably hot.
That's
Like it's
crazy.
just like I feel gross being there. And also my room,
Mm-hmm.
well, I don't really like it to be hot or cold. Like any temperature kind of sucks because in my
Mm-hmm.
room it's like my room is either the hottest or the coldest room.
Mm-hmm.
So it just like sucks. Cuz when it's
Mm-hmm.
hot, it's really hot. And the way my like window's positioned, it's like horizontal to the wind. So wind the breeze never comes in. So it's always just not nice.
I'm trying to think what else has been going on this week. A lot of politics stuff, but people are probably tired of hearing about that.
Boo.
Boo.
Oh, I ordered some things online and FedEx says they delivered it, but
they didn't.
I did not get it. So, and they were like, I called today and they were like, oh yeah, that sometimes could happen when the delivery person like accidentally scans it before it arrives and it's in the truck. So we recommend waiting 72 hours after the delivery date. And then after that, because she was like, oh, usually it'll be sent like later that day or the next day or something. And they said it delivered yesterday, so I haven't gotten it.
You're like, that's so interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be too harsh, because with everything going on, but.
You're like the false hope.
I know. It's just that excitement of waiting for stuff.
My Luna album shipped, and they're coming to me. Oh my god, I pre-ordered 2 of them, and then remember there was that like, free shipping for $50, which would be the price of like 2 albums. So I bought the other 2, and then literally that same night I bought the other 2. Some like website was having a special event where they're like, if you purchase these Luna albums, you enter for a chance to win to like have a video call with them. And I was like,
they really want that Billboard 200.
They do, and I'm like, I understand. However, you already got me one time. You're not gonna get me again.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm waiting for us to get paid again.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get paid. Yeah, cause
I've been thinking about jobs and money. Yeah, I don't know, like how to get like a good job, or at least for us, like entry level, you need connections pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Even if there's an application thing, it would be really good to have an additional supplement of a connection within the company.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that sucks. That's dumb.
Because that means it makes sense.
I mean, it makes sense.
If someone is like, oh, this person's really good, then it's like there's already that kind of trust. But sometimes they're not. But no, yeah, that's true.
Oftentimes they're not. That's like, dang. So our degrees aren't really worth it or anything.
They're not worth. How much is their school? Like $60,000 a year.
Yeah.
$50,000, $60,000 a year.
That's disappointing because we're sold on the idea that to get a good job we need a degree, but you also need connections.
No, it's so funny. I remember seeing something and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so. This was like political Facebook, like 2016, like really deep.
What a horrible
and I was
time
like,
to be on Facebook.
I know, seriously. But they were like, oh, college is like a necessity that's priced as a luxury, or has the price of a luxury, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so true. But it's so funny when people say things like that, because then I'm like, yeah, that's true. So what are we gonna do about it? But you can't really do anything about it unless the entire student body decides to threaten the university by dropping out. Like, nothing's gonna get done.
Yep. And so we continue completing our degrees.
Yes. Exactly.
Until we are thrown into the labor market and searching for a job, and then we look at the piece of paper that says we have a degree and we're like, you're useless, and then we cry.
Yes. And then we cry.
That's it.
And
then we just pray for a zombie apocalypse to hit.
And then we realize that there's a really good chance that we'll actually never own homes.
That's yeah.
Because it's so funny. I was talking to my mom and I was telling her like, oh, I've like come to terms with the fact that I will never own a home. like, that's just never gonna happen unless I happen to stumble upon extreme wealth. My dog just coughed. I don't know if the mic picked that up, but
I could hear it.
Then yeah, the mic definitely picked it up. But I was like, yeah, I'll probably never own a home. Like, I'll probably be renting my entire life. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, maybe if you move to like where Idaho.
I will definitely not move to Idaho.
If you move to Idaho, I'm just gonna assume like you passed away or something. Like you're just not here anymore.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, where would you retire to? Like, let's say like money wasn't an issue. Like, where would you retire to? Retire to?
Oh God. Somewhere green.
Greenland.
Oh, I mean, good idea. I didn't think of that one. Probably maybe Korea. I don't know. I think I'm just saying that because I miss Korea. I'm planning before I go to law school just to like stay there for a month, like in an Airbnb, just so I can hang out.
Oh my God.
I don't know if I'll go with people, but I personally want to go there so I can like get my like national ID card and stuff.
Oh. Okay.
No, like documents like. Yo, I didn't know. I'm like stuck. Not stuck, but like I have Korean citizenship for life. Like I can't even denounce it at this point. Yeah.
Wait, is it denounce or renounce?
I think it's renounce.
Oh, ignore what I said.
Okay, that's okay. It's okay.
Wait,
I got those confused. But yeah, I thought I could renounce it, but now like once that I've like confirmed that I have it, I can't renounce it unless I get a government job.
Wait, but didn't you say that Korea doesn't allow dual citizenship?
Yeah, see, that's what I thought, but there's exceptions.
Oh, and you're an exception?
And I'm an exception. You know, like, so your
special.
Parents were Korean nationals, and then you popped out somewhere else. So,
okay.
Therefore, you have both. Yeah.
Wait, so if you have a male, if a boy or
son,
does he have to go to war? I mean, to the military?
To war? I think if the kid denounces it before he's of age to have to go to the military, then that'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
But you just have to like do that prior to that. Yeah, so I'm not worried. I mean,
it's your kid's problems.
Yeah. That's not my kid. That's also my attitude, because like if I get married to someone and have kids and whatever, like I don't want to change my last name. And I don't want to make them change their last name. I'd rather just hyphenate it because I feel like that's just the logical decision.
Who would go first?
Well, I'm going to marry someone with a letter that's after K because my last name is K. And then so I'll be like, you know what? Let's just be fair and let's just go alphabetical. I mean, it just makes sense.
But you're crazy.
Right. And
I want to marry someone with no last name.
Is that possible?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, who, like, like the one name singers, like Cher, Madonna, Nickelback.
Wait,
Pitbull?
Isn't Nickelback his last name?
Do I look like I know what Nickelback really is?
Look at this photograph.
Okay. Oh my God! On Twitter today I saw, because Spotify did this thing where like voter registration, but then you like link it somehow with your Spotify profile, so they can see like which artists Democrats tend to listen to, and then which artists Republicans tend to listen to, and they put the top 3, and the top 3 the top 3 for Republicans were like names I didn't even recognize. Like I know some country music names, but these were just like I don't know. Right. Not surprising. But on the left side, the Democrats, it was Taylor Swift, BTS, and Bad Bunny. What a collection. Like the diversity in music, and then also nationalities versus the guys on the right.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Very telling. Very telling.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought that gave me a good chuckle.
Wait,
today.
You should have brought that up in class today when we were talking about Democrats versus Republicans.
I saw it after class.
Oh, you should email him and be like, "Hey,
lunch.
This is funny.
Hey, look at this, BTS and Bad Bunny. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk?"
Bad Bunny, he's funny. I think. I don't know.
He is funny. I think he's so funny. Him and his girlfriend, they're funny.
But yeah.
Mia. Wait,
I should become a voice actor.
That reminds me today when you were like, people keep hanging up on me. Like, do I? And I was like, oh, people are nice to me. And you were like, it's because maybe I sound
like a what, Allison?
Like a slur word that I can't say.
Oh, I would never.
I can bring up the screenshots. I'll make it the cover of this podcast. No, I'm kidding. I won't do that. But it's, yeah, people now, like 5 different people have called me like sweetie or honey on the phone.
Yeah, one time I got a really nice call and she called me sugar. And I was like, aw, that's sweet, I guess.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, and like sweetheart, like those things. And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, bye.
Yeah, that's kind of weird if it comes from a gentleman.
I mean, it's mostly, I can tell it's like older women. But one time a guy did call me sweetie and I was like, okay, bye-bye.
You were like, oh, no need to vote.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you don't need to vote. But I can.
Just kidding.
I
we
told
would
you
never
disencourage
discourage voting.
Yeah.
Discourage voting.
Discourage.
Dude, I tweeted like 2 days ago or something. I was like, every time I like talk or type or and make a mistake, I'm like, maybe one more year in ESL would have helped.
The thing is, English is my first language, but you know how many times I make grammatical errors on this freaking podcast? So many. And this is my first language. Yeah. I honestly feel like since the pandemic started and because I don't interact with that many people anymore, my language skills have declined.
Yeah.
Or like I'll make more grammatical errors more frequently than I did before. Well, gosh. There we go. I mean, brain smooth. How much smoother can it get? It's almost a marble.
Oh my god.
I said brain smooth in front of my parents and they didn't understand what I meant at first.
That's funny. Do your parents understand sarcasm?
I don't know if we were talking about this on the podcast, but
maybe we did. I think we did actually.
But like, you know, when we're like, we do like banter stuff. We bant with the boys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like they don't get that. They're like, I don't do that with my friends. Like I don't understand why people do that. I feel like, did we talk about it last time with like the Don Lemon Anderson Cooper thing?
Maybe.
No, we weren't. We were FaceTime. We were Zooming for the assignment. I remember.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So like my parents, I'll say it here because I think it's kind of funny. So on CNN, we were watching it at night, and like Anderson Cooper was handing it off to Don Lemon. And he was calling him like D Lemon, and then he's like, oh, you know, I don't feel that dumb because you make me look so smart because you're on here with me. And then my parents were like, or my mom said, oh my god, are they not friends? Do they not like each other? And I was shocked because I could tell they're friends, like they're just, you know, messing around, joking around. But then I was like, I told my parents, me and my friends, my college friends and my high school friends, we joke like this to each other and we call it bullying, but it's not real bullying. It's just, you know, joking, and we know what would be appropriate to say and what wouldn't, because it's not like we say actual
it's not like we just say whatever.
Yeah, it's not we're just like, oh, you dumb bitch, like, you know, we don't.
I mean, we do say that.
I mean, we say that sometimes, but we won't say like something that might be like really actually personal. Like we never come across like we never talk about like, oh, like I know some friends say like, oh, you're ugly or something. We don't say those things because we're just like, that's kind of weird. Just because we're all close, so we know what would be cool to say, what not. To say. But yeah, so they don't do that with their friends. They sometimes get sarcasm. My dad does. My mom doesn't. she takes things very literally.
Yeah, both my parents do too.
Yeah. It's funny because I'll say something and they think I'm having a bad attitude, but I'm not. I'm just trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at this graph. I'm just kidding.
Photograph.
On that note.
On that note.
Get it? Cause like singing and my singing note.
Ha ha. Yeah. Like.
I think that concludes this episodio, this capitulo of
Yes, it does.
Of this podcast.
Yep. And you can find our podcast on Spotify, iTunes, or YouTube.
Or Google
and
Plus.
We post. Or Google Plus, maybe. I mean, if there's a demand for it, we will meet it, even if one person was like, can you put it on Google Plus? We'd be like, sure. Know. Love you. Yeah, so you can find our podcast there, and we post every Monday and every other Wednesday. And Jafeth, where can they find us?
On Instagram at existingpodcast.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye.